Hey everyone, I'm Catherine and I'm here today with my review of the new Vampire Academy movie, which I just got finished seeing, and oh my god. So before I start this though, complete disclaimer, full disclosure, this is going to be complete spoilers for the first book, maybe even some of the other books in the series, and yes. So if you haven't read the books, I highly suggest you proceed with caution, because it's kind of hard not to review a movie that's based on a book and not ruin the book. So now that that's out of the way, I understand if you leave, but anyways, oh my god, guys, this movie. So I went with 4 other friends, 3 of whom are fellow bloggers, and 1 who works in the book industry. And so we had all read the first book at least. We all loved it, or at least liked it enough to go and see the movie. And oh my god, chaos ensued. So let's get down to the actual movie. Book to adaptation wise, you know what? It wasn't too bad. There were several parts that were in the movie that weren't in the book, and aside for like movie plot quality and like cinematography things, I can't understand why they would necessarily be in the movie if they weren't in the book. But that being said, I think it also added to the audience who wouldn't have seen or wouldn't have read the books already. So the discrepancies that there were, personally, I didn't find any problem with them. If anything, they were just a little strange. And yeah, strange is the word for them. So regardless, that's my take on that. The characters, so the casting wise, most of the casting I could agree with. We will deal with one certain point later, but the main characters, so for Lissa and Rose, casting was awesome. And same for Christian. I loved the actors that they cast for those roles, and I think they fit them to a T. The actress who was cast as Rose really was able to bring the full amount of snark that was required for the character. And the character of Lissa was able to really bring the vulnerability and just the delicateness of Lissa that there was, especially when pertaining to a spirit, and all of that comes with it. And then Christian I thought was perfect. He really encompassed the role really well, and I thought that he complimented Lucy Fry's character Lissa very well, and they worked well together. You know what, I even really like the guy who they cast as Mason, although I admit it was very strange because he is on this show Shameless in the States. I know it's based on a UK series, and it's kind of hard to like disassociate the two, because I know him from Shameless and from loving and watching Shameless, and to see him in this movie in a completely different character type, yeah, it took me a second, but I love his relationship with Rose, and it really reflects well upon the relationship that they have in the books, both the first and the second ones, so, and even the third, yeah. So it was done really well that way. I didn't really like the casting for the principal, whose name is escaping me, but it's something Russian, and I thought she was too young. Like, she was super young, and I was like, oh, I pictured the principal as older, but, and then the uncle, I saw this movie, and Victor, there we go. The casting for Victor was phenomenal, and same with Natalie. So yeah, casting was really well done in my opinion. Um, the guy who's cast as Dimitri, thanks Megan, thanks. So I was sitting next to my friend Megan, and near the end of the movie, when the climax is happening, she leans over to me and goes, "You know, I just realized he looks like a, you know, thinner, more buff version of Jack Black, circa his, you know, School of Rock days." And I could not stop laughing, like, for the rest of the movie. So the remaining 20 minutes, I apologize to the few people who were sitting behind us. And I really apologize to Kira, because I know it pissed her off. Because she was, like, infatuated with the movie so much. But then I relayed it to my friend Emily, and then Emily and I were both laughing, and then the three of us just kept laughing the entire rest of the movie, because he does. It's weird, and I'm sorry if this ruins it for you, and I'm gonna, like, I'll have to make sure I put a disclaimer before this part, because if not, it might ruin it for other viewers, but he does. He looks like Jack Black, and the end of the movie, he's doing some, like, taekwondo type moves, and my friend leans over and goes, like, "Oh, Kung Fu Panda," and we lost it, and yes. So that ruined Dimitri for me, just a little, and up until that point, I was quite happy with the character casting for him. Sadly, that didn't necessarily stay intact. Although, that being said, he was a fantastic actor, and he did the role really well. It's just, you know, the physicality of the face that just threw me. Yeah. And I'm not going to be able to think about Dimitri without thinking of Jack Black. I thought the movie was extremely well done, and a sequel would really, well, I mean, they did the ending of the first book so that a sequel would not be out of the realm of possibility. It really left it on a cliffhanger for the next book, and even, like, plot-wise for the books going into the third book. So I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it does well enough that they do get a sequel. One thing that this movie did do a lot of, I found, was foreshadow things that happen in the next books, especially for the second and third books. And I mean, unless you've read the books in the series, you wouldn't have caught the foreshadowing. But I mean, I kind of lost count after the first maybe half dozen references to events that do eventually take place in the following books. And I don't know, I mean, I thought on, like, a script base, like, solely on that, I thought it was awesome. I mean, it's something that the readers of the books will pick up on and I think really appreciate. But at the same time, then it gives these new viewers and people new to the series who haven't read the books, it just adds that little bit of dialogue for them that is funny, and I think it will be something that they hopefully do catch when they maybe, hopefully, eventually read the books and then go back and watch the movie again. I don't know. I mean, I thought it was brilliant. It was very genius to add things like that. I mean, they foreshadow to, you know, Rose going after Dimitri, and they foreshadow a bunch of stuff. And now I can't think of anything, but it was just like every few minutes I was like, oh, that does happen eventually. Oh, that does happen eventually. And just I don't know. I really liked it. It was kind of like an Easter egg for readers, if that makes any sense. So it was a nice little extra to have going into it as a fan of the actual series. So overall, I really enjoyed this movie. Yes, okay, you know what? It was cheesy at times, but it was very witty and funny and sassy and snarky, and it really brought to life well the book itself. It did stray from the script of the original book. Yes, it did. There were a few instances like, there's a Strigoi, like, there's Strigoi in general aside from, you know, Natalie in the movie. And instead of being taken to a remote cabin in the middle of nowhere when Lissa gets kidnapped, they get taken to Victor's house, which, I mean, that was kind of strange. and just things like that. If you're a fan of the books, go to the movie with a little bit of an open mind, because I mean, it's going to be like all book to movie adaptations. It's not going to be exact. And if you go in expecting it to be exact, you're probably going to come out a little disappointed. But if you go in just wanting a really good movie that is fun and cheesy in the best kind of ways and funny and all that good stuff, definitely one to go and check out. And okay, guys are gonna like this movie too, and this may be a selling point if your boyfriend or guy friend doesn't want to go with you. The girl who plays Rose, oh my god, I was jealous of her cleavage. Like, whoa, she has some awesome cleavage. Aside from some slight violence, it's definitely age appropriate for anyone over the age of, I don't know, 12. There's no nudity. All you see is Rose down in her underwear, and that's about it. And that scene only lasts like 20 seconds. So it's not like it was a big deal. Of course, proceed with caution when going with younger viewers, but older people are going to enjoy it as well. So it's good, get a girls' night like I did, go with them. I am fully planning on going and seeing it again on cheap night, so I don't have to pay full price. But a friend of mine wants to go. We're going to go again to see it, and I think it'll be even better the second time around. I just need to get that mental picture out of my head. But if you watch that little clip of the video, you know what I'm talking about. So anyways, let me know if you've seen it. Let me know what you think of it. And until next time, guys, bye.